welcome back to Mountain Western Raceway. This is Heat 2 of the Summer Series Lamborghinis tournament, and joining me again in the booth is Toon Tracks Racing.
It's great being at Mountain Western Raceway again. This is going to be an awesome day of racing.
That's right, both teams and drivers have had a practice run around the track, and my pick tonight is the Hurricane by My Hot Wheels collection.
For our first entry of the day, we have Gordon Wilson in a Lamborghini Reventon, sponsored by 100 Proof Racing.
Up next, we have the Lamborghini Gallardo, driven by JUDIT BRENA for REDLINE Salvage Inc. I love this colour.
And up next, we have the formidable Huracan Super Trofeo, sponsored and driven by My Hot Wheels collection.
And driving for Metal Mania 3D all the way from Tasmania is Steve NOWAK in his Sesto Elemento.
And next, we have COMPKILLER, driving a sleek Lamborghini Aventador, once again sponsored by 100 Proof Racing.
And the final Lamborghini in tonight's event is Cindy Gray for Nero 62 in the Reventon Roadster. Good luck, Cindy. Good luck, team. Race 1 out of a 4-race event. The top 3 cars after 4 races go through to the semi-finals. Chris from Toon Tracks Racing, how do you think tonight's going to play out?
This is going to be too tough to call, but it's going to be the cars that can avoid all the carnage in the pack and can get out to a fast start.
My Hot Wheels collection right out front here. He's going to cross the line first, and coming in second is Steve NOWAK, and third is Gordon Wilson.
And a promising start from My Hot Wheels collection in the Huracan Super Trofeo. What a run.
COMPKILLER struggling to get across the line in the Aventador.
And oh my, Cindy Gray in the Reventon Roadster has flipped over. Let us check the replay and see what happened.
A scrappy line going into turn 1, and you can see Cindy just rolling over there on the roof.
And here we see My Hot Wheels collection avoiding the carnage, streaking in for the early win.
Results after race 1. My Hot Wheels collection, Steve NOWAK and Gordon Wilson all holding pole position, heading into race 2.
And the cars are back at the starting grid. There's still plenty of time for the last 3 cars to catch up.
That's right, Toon Tracks, and here we go. Look how fast Steve NOWAK's going in the Sesto Elemento.
And here comes the Sesto Elemento, the Huracan, and the Reventon.
And holding 4th place is COMPKILLER in the Aventador.
And Steve NOWAK grabs a 9:12 time in the dangerous Sesto Elemento. And coming in right behind him was My Hot Wheels collection in the Super Trofeo.
There's Cindy Gray in the Reventon Roadster, pulling up just before the finish line. And JUDIT BRENA in the Gallardo hung up on the rail.
Looking at the replay, you can see JUDIT BRENA gets in a collision with the Aventador, gets spun out, and it takes the Gallardo out of contention for the lap.
And in turn 2, you can see the Gallardo struggling here. Look at this, almost goes over the edge and off the track.
And in comes Steve NOWAK in a Sesto Elemento to grab the second lap victory. So coming up first, we have Steve NOWAK, second was My Hot Wheels collection, followed by Gordon Wilson, once again in the Reventon.
Steve NOWAK, My Hot Wheels collection, and Gordon Wilson all holding that front line.
And that Sesto Elemento is quickly becoming the car to beat.
It's Steve NOWAK pulling ahead out of turn 1. Look at that line.
And here comes Steve NOWAK again, leading the Sesto Elemento to another victory.
Oh, a big pile up down the back there.
And My Hot Wheels collection gives Steve NOWAK a big ol' smooch on the rear, but the Sesto Elemento pulls in a 9:14 time and grabs yet another victory.
A sensational race and not a bad time as well. There's the result of that pile-up just before the finish line. COMPKILLER, Gordon Wilson, JUDIT BRENA, and Cindy Gray all struggling to get across the line.
You can see a lot of the cars take a weird angle going on first bend and it ends up costing them around a second.
Yeah, that's right, Toon Tracks. That was a real mess coming out of that turn 2, and only 2 cars getting across the line.
And avoiding a Los Angeles pileup, we have Steve NOWAK in first, My Hot Wheels collection in second, and this time in third we have COMPKILLER in the Aventador.
Heading into race 4, Chris, how do you see the play out of this next race?
This is it, there's no holding back. This is do or die for this lap.
Some fast pace down the back there, and there's NOWAK and BRENA going hard into turn 1. NOWAK's out.
And seizing the opportunity. It's COMPKILLER in the Aventador, and he will grab the victory.
And it's a very fast time there by COMPKILLER on the 9.14. Both my Hot Wheels collection and JUDIT BRENA score a place in the semis.
And just shy of the finish line is Cindy Gray in the Reventon Roadster. And at least she is not on our top this time.
That's right, just pulling it up before the finish line. And let's cut to the truck turning circle. There's Steve and the Sesto in trouble.
And this is a shocker. I thought that Sesto Elemento already had all this wrapped up. And now he looks like a dead body at a crime scene. We better get NZ towing here because the flies are already starting to gather.
That's racing right here on Mount Western Raceway, and look who's stuck on turn 1. That's Gordon Wilson in the Reventon. Not too sure what happened.
Yeah, I am not too sure either. Let's go check the replay.
Looks like his engine's blown. He's just gone sideways and now he's stuck. Looks like another engine failure right here.
And it looks like Cindy Gray got tired of the Sesto Elemento winning and just punched him right off.
Yeah, that's a bad stack and you really don't want to be down here. And here's your top 3 that'll be heading into the semi-final. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Cindy Gray, Gordon Wilson and Steve NOWAK for some excellent racing right here on Mount Western Raceway.
And now, looking at the cars, moving on to the semifinals, we have COMPKILLER driving for 100 Proof Racing.
And driving for REDLINE SALVAGE Inc. is JUDIT BRENA. Congratulations.
And then we have my Hot Wheels collection driving for himself, moving on to the next round. Attaboy, Kev.
Chris, we have 2 more heats coming up and the semis are looking sensational.
And this tournament is only going to get better. Hey, look, it's Steve NOWAK. They actually peeled him off the pavement. Attaboy, NZ.
Thanks again, Chris, from Toon Tracks Racing. That wraps up racing for Heat 2 of the Lamborghinis. We have Heats 3 and 4 coming right around the corner. So good night from Mount Western Raceway.